Tonight we are speaking with a woman who lost her home in the Upriver Fire and what she was able to recover before it was too late.
Our hot and dry streak has finally come to an end, and I'm tracking more cool, breezy, and unsettled weather for this weekend and into early next week.
Also this weekend, Hoopfest kicks off, and tonight we are telling you everything you need to know before you head downtown tomorrow. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. One Spokane woman is picking up the pieces after losing her home in the Upriver Fire. Now she hopes her experience can help others in the future. Tonight, KREM 2's Christian Garza shares her story.
It's hard to imagine losing everything in a matter of minutes. For Gloria Reynolds, that's exactly what happened when the Upriver Fire destroyed her home. When the flames raced through her neighborhood, Gloria only had minutes to get out. Today, she opens up about what she lost, what she was able to save, and why she wants everyone to take evacuation orders seriously.
Can you? Oh, it looks like it'll even go back together. Look at it.
Rubble, ash, and charred earth.
I don't even know what this is. Is this a window?
That's all that's left of Gloria Reynolds' home after the Upriver Fire destroyed every house in her cul-de-sac.
It's hard telling what some of this stuff is.
Reynolds says she noticed hazy skies that day, but didn't realize just how serious it was.
I didn't think much of it. I was looking out the window and I saw smoke and I says, oh, there must be a fire somewhere, but I had no idea it was headed this way.
It wasn't until her daughter showed up to get her that she realized the gravity of the situation.
My mind gets scrambled sometimes, and so I thought level 3 was a level 1.
As the fire crept up the side of the hill next to her home, she was only able to grab a few clothes, one of her cats, and her husband's ashes.
I probably wouldn't be here if my kids hadn't come down here and chewed me out and got me going. I probably wouldn't be here.
The Upriver Fire destroyed 14 homes and killed one person, Reynolds' backyard neighbor, Marilyn Haugen.
She's the one that said she's staying, she's not moving, she doesn't believe it. And she was a very nice lady, she was a sweetheart, and she just wasn't leaving. Her husband did, but she didn't.
A harrowing fate that Reynolds narrowly avoided. Her family tells me within minutes of leaving, Reynolds got a notification on her phone saying her smoke detectors were going off.
If the cops or the fire department or anybody tells you to get out, then do so. Get out no matter what you're leaving behind.
Now she has to start back at square one in her 70s, along with 13 other families affected by the fire.
You think that's surreal?
She says right now the most overwhelming part of this whole situation is the unknown.
So it's hard for me to have hope when I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm retired, so I don't have to worry about that. But right now, my biggest hope is to find a place to live.
In Spokane County, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Now to some of the other fires that we have been tracking. The Garrett Road fire near Coulee City along Highway 2 and 17 is now 100% contained. This is a video from the Grant County Fire District 13. The Southeast Washington Incident Management Team reports that fire has burned at least 3,300 acres. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, all evacuation notices and road closures have been canceled. And the fire near Riggins, Idaho is threatening several structures. According to officials, the Shingle Creek fire has burned about 614 acres, about 6 miles southwest of Riggins. It's now 36% contained, and 253 personnel are working that fire today. No evacuation orders are in place for that one right now. Cooney County Fire and Rescue and the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department are planning a remembrance ceremony to honor John Morrison and Frank Harwood. That ceremony will be held at the Avista Pavilion at McEwen Park on June 29th at 10 a.m., exactly 1 year after the two firefighters were killed in an ambush on Canfield Mountain. The third firefighter, David Tisdall, was severely injured. The Coeur d'Alene Fire Chief says that shooting forever changed the relationship between firefighters and the community. All right, let's get our first check of the forecast on this Friday at 5 o'clock with meteorologist Michelle Boss joining us in the Outdoor Weather Center. Michelle, a noticeable shift in the weather and a big weekend ahead with Hoopfest. What can people expect?
Yeah, more of this cool, unsettled weather, more than a 20-degree drop in temperatures from what we saw yesterday. In fact, temperatures right now in the lower 60s. I was this close to grabbing my jacket before I came out here, kind of wishing I did. It's breezy, it's cloudy, and yeah, temperatures in the lower 60s. I'm just grateful it's not currently raining on me. We do have some showers across the region. We'll look at that in a moment, but low 60s up to our north in Deer Park, upper 50s in Sandpoint, only in the 50s across the Palouse. They've had a little bit more wet weather down across the Pullman and Moscow area, and then a little bit drier and quite a bit warmer actually across parts of central Washington, mid-70s in Moses Lake, and the 80s in the Tri-Cities, 77 in Wenatchee. But we're still dealing with just kind of this persistent breeze out of the southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll keep that breeze around all weekend long, as well as the cool temperatures. We've had a few thunderstorms out by Coulee City, Grand Coulee. Those continue to move to the northeast. A little bit more steady, light rain across far southeastern Washington, but haven't seen a whole lot of wet weather. As I mentioned, only about 1/100 of an inch at the Spokane airport. Not looking at any really heavy rain out there right now. But chance of showers continues through the evening. And then as we're looking ahead towards Hoopfest weekend, I think it's going to be mainly dry on Saturday, but still cool and breezy. Chance for showers on Sunday. Highs both days in the middle and upper 60s. And more wet weather for the start of the week. And we are keeping it cool all next week with highs in the 60s.
All right, sounds good. Michelle, we'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. Well, if you are planning on heading downtown during Hoopfest, you might have a hard time getting around. Here is a map, and those areas shaded in orange, those are the courts. So those areas will shut down to traffic starting at about 6:30 tonight, and they won't reopen until Sunday night. You can see the purple and orange line show some of the bus options. The fees will be $2 to park at a lot and ride the bus to the courts. The map also shows free parking options on the WSU campus. The parkade will also be open for parking, and if you're not familiar, it's on West Main downtown between Howard and Stevens Streets. It'll cost you $30 to park for a day and $50 to park for the full weekend. And to help get around those street closures, STA is running some extra routes this weekend. They call it the Hoop Loop. It's a few shuttles that run every 15 minutes on both Saturday and Sunday. One picks up from SCC and the other at the Jefferson lot. You can park for free at SCC, WSU Spokane, select Gonzaga parking lots, and the Jefferson lot, which is under I-90 at 4th and Walnut. Also, parking be a bit tricky, rather. As we mentioned, the parkade will be open for parking. It's again downtown between Howard and Stevens. Again, $30 for the day, $50 for the weekend as well. By the way, the 3XBA Professional Women's Basketball Tournament has returned to Hoopfest for a second year. 32 professional women's basketball players make up 8 different teams, all vying for $23,000 in prize money. For some of the players who grew up right here in the Northwest, it's a return to Hoopfest on a different level, and they're thrilled to have the opportunity to showcase their skills while competing in front of friends and family.
It's just amazing that my family's able to be here and my grandparents sitting courtside. So it's just, even though I'm not from Spokane, it feels like my hometown. Got some people here supporting me, so it's very special and very cool for them to watch this level of basketball being played in Washington. Having this caliber of talent in the Northwest on display is amazing and something I wish I could have gone to center court to see growing up. So just having that representation for kids from my area is super special.
I'm enjoying it a lot. This is my second time with 3XBA, and so every year it gets better and better. I think the quality of the event in general is always fun. Hoopfest is always a good time for everybody, and so to have 3XBA here too and be able to perform and do it with the best, some of the best in the world, it's fun.
Pool play wrapped up today with a single elimination tournament set to begin at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow at Center Court. We have a ton of other Hoopfest content streaming right now on the KREM 2 app, including my sit-down interview with Hoopfest Executive Director Riley Stockton. If you don't yet have the KREM 2 app, just scan that QR code right there on your screen to download and watch for free. All right, coming up, the U.S. military conducted retaliatory strikes against Iran earlier today. The strikes come after the U.S., Israel, and Lebanon say they've agreed to a framework to end the fighting. Everything we know in 3 minutes. And a bit later, we'll explain which state and Canadian province joined a new Washington bill and how that could lead to lower prices at the pump, say officials. We're back in just 2 minutes.